Hi, my name is Annie from the Dream Lab, and this is going to be a full body strength training workout that I'm going to do along with you. So it's like having your trainer working out with you, and I'm going to be giving lots and lots of cues and lots of options for modification. So this workout is perfect for if you're just starting with strength training, if you're just getting back into it after a break, or even if you're just training 1 or 2 or even 3 days a week. It's a full body workout, so we're going to hit all those major muscle groups. It's designed to do at home, so I'm just going to be using dumbbells and resistance bands, and we're going to be doing a lot of body weight and single leg stuff to get that intensity up without all the heavy weights that we would have at the gym. So it's going to be about 40 minutes total. And some important things to remember about strength training, or to know if you to learn if you don't already know these. Number one, time under tension is one of the most important things in strength training. We want to move slow, controlled movements, moving with our breath. So it's not like HIIT camp or HIIT or boot camp or Orange Theory where you're trying to like go as fast as you can. Those things are basically cardio with weights. That's not what we're doing. We're moving slow and controlled, especially on that eccentric part of the movement where we're like lengthening our muscles, or we're on the recovery. We want that all to be super slow and controlled. So you'll notice me cueing that over and over and over again. Another thing about strength training is it is always adaptable, and it is your job to make it challenging but doable. So if you're rating this workout on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being super hard and 1 being super easy, it should be like an 8. Okay, but it's up to you to make it an 8. So I'm going to give lots of modifications. This time through, I'm going to be doing 3 sets of 8, really just to kind of demo the workout. But I want you to be doing this workout in a progression. So doing it several weeks in a row and seeing how you can challenge yourself, how you can get stronger, how you can get better, how you can get fitter, more endurance. So that might be doing 4 sets instead of 3. That might be moving from 8 reps to 10 reps to 12 reps. Don't go higher than 12 reps. Okay. If you can do 12 reps, that's a sign it's time to increase your weight. So increasing your weight, or going, if you can't increase your weight anymore, you're already doing 12 reps, then go slower and focus on how can you make this harder? How much can you focus on squeezing that muscle as you move and really getting that mind muscle connection going? Okay. So most of the sets are going to be sets of 3 today. Like I said, with traditional strength training, we're doing sets or doing reps of 8 to 12 in that 8 to 12 range. Anything lower than that is going to be powerlifting, which we're not doing. Our goal is to build muscle and get a good workout. Anything higher is typically what you see with people who are doing like super lightweight, super high reps, really pretty ineffective. And we're not doing that because we want an effective, good workout. So let's start with a quick warm up. I'm going to be down on the mat doing some mobility work to warm up my muscles and also bring that internal core kind of up. Okay, so we'll start with a high plank. I call these high plank hip openers. Very dynamic movement. We're starting out on a plank, a high plank. I'm just going to bring one leg up, kind of get that hip opening, stretch, open up to the ceiling. Bring that palm back down. And same thing on the other side. You can bring your foot out as wide as you need to. And if this is really challenging for your core strength right now, just drop to your knees in between each one, no problem. Drop to those knees, right? Or even you could do it from your knees. Knee up, open, lean into those hips, back. All right, however you're doing it, let's get one more on each side, leaning into that hip stretch. Yes, so good. And then from here, let's push back into child's pose. So spread your knees wide to the edges of the mat. Sink down low. Drop that forehead, maybe tiptoe your fingers a little bit further out. Good. All right, come on up. And we're going to move into bird dog. So again, strengthening the core. This isn't so much mobility, but I will show you an addition that you can do. But traditional bird dog, opposite arm, opposite leg. If that's too much for you, just do one arm, one leg. One arm, one leg. Okay, there's always, always, always modifications. If this is kind of a breeze for you and you want to add on a little more, I'd invite you to take a quad stretch. So reach around, grab that ankle, kick up, look up at the ceiling, release with control, and then bring that knee and elbow together underneath. Same thing on the other side. All right, so taking your modification, whatever it is, we'll just get a couple more. Always moving slow and controlled. This is not a race. This is about putting time under tension on these muscles, letting them work. Okay, good. Relax right there. And then let's come on up to standing. I will finish this warm up, not the workout, sorry, with a few body weight squats. And if you notice, if you already know, it's April. I am in my second trimester. So this workout is safe if you are pregnant up to second trimester. And I'll just be taking modifications that I need, but these are pretty basic exercises that should work for everyone, whether you're pregnant or not pregnant. Right, let's just finish this warm up with some basic body weight squats. So feet nice and wide, squat stance, pressing those hips down and back, knees go out, tracking over your pinky toes. Right here, you can be practicing that tempo, right? We're gonna be nice and slow and control, going down and spring up. So let me show you from the side. We're gonna push those hips down and back, up and through. Down and back, up and through. Good, we'll just get a couple more. Goal of the warm-up is really to prepare your body to work hard during the workout. Get that internal body temp up, warm up the muscles, do some mobility work. It is the best way to prevent injury. Not stretching. Please don't be stretching when your body's cold. That is a great way to get injured. We want to prevent injury. So warm up before the workout, incorporate some mobility work doing that, warm up those muscles, have a great workout, stretch at the end. When your muscles are warm, your fascia is very pliable. Okay, so this is going to be a full body workout. We're going to do 3 sets of each exercise, and I'm going to show you lots of different modifications. So pick what works for you. And again, what works for you means it's challenging, but it's doable, right? And keep track of what you're doing. With all my clients keeping a training journal, so you can say, this week I did 3 times 8 with body weight. Next week, I'm gonna try adding a little bit of weight. Next week, I'm gonna keep that same weight, but I'm gonna increase my reps. So always challenging yourself, whether it's more sets, more reps, more weight, moving slower, all kinds of way to modify it. Okay, so we are gonna start with alternating dumbbell lunges. I'm gonna show these first just with body weight. It's a great option. It's a lot of body weight to press up and down, and that will be great for your legs. And then I'll show with dumbbells. Okay, we're just gonna do 3 sets of 8 on each side. But if you're already a pro, either increase your weight or increase your reps, or just really focus on technique with these. Okay, so you're gonna step forward, drop both knees to 90 degrees, push off. Make sure you're stepping forward, not backwards. Just a different exercise. Good. Okay, 2 more on each side. Yes. Nice work. Give me some high fives. All right, grab some water. You should be drinking water throughout this whole workout. My goal is to finish my water bottle by the end of the workout. Let's make that your goal too. So with this kind of workout, that's my clipboard. These kind of exercises, we're gonna take about a 60-second break in between. Again, this is not a HIIT class. Okay, so our goal is not to be going at full speed with minimal rest. We wanna be working our muscles when they're fully recovered. If you're powerlifting, you might picture, big bodybuilders at the gym sitting there. It is really common as you go heavier to take even longer rest, 2, 3, 4 minutes. But for the reps that we're doing, the rep range, like about 60 seconds rest is perfect. All right, I'm gonna do the next set with a set of dumbbells just to show you what that could look like. And if this challenges your balance, that's okay. It's supposed to. It's one of the great things of doing unilateral leg work, okay? Those knees are creaking a little bit. It is okay. If they hurt, then skip this one and just go on to the next exercise. But if they're just they're talking to you a little bit, that is okay. All right, here we go. So notice as I come down, my nose is right over my knee, is right over my toes. Everything's right in the line. Getting that hip as low as you can. Ooh. 6, but 2 more on each side. Here's 7, 7. Here's 8, and 8. Whew. All right. Set those dumbbells down. Give me some high fives. Great job. Grab some water. Okay, we'll take a little breather. Always on these recovery periods, stay in the workout. Okay, I know there's a tendency to want to check your phone real quick, see if you got a text message, check something on Instagram, but that's a rabbit hole that will pull your mind right out of this workout. So really protect your own boundaries. Like you'd probably get annoyed if someone else came in and interrupted you, right? So don't let yourself be interrupted by technology or anything else. Okay, we're gonna do one more set of these lunges. This time I'm gonna do it with a kettlebell to show you. Maybe you just have one heavy kettlebell you wanna use or one weight, that works too. So always lots and lots of options. So I'm switching from 2 dumbbells that are 10 pounds to one 20-pound kettlebell. Okay, always with home workouts, it's about using what you have and making modifications to make it work. Whew. All right. Let's see, I'm gonna play around with where to hold this. I'm gonna hold it right in my chest here, so it's nice and stable. And here we go. Gotta get as low as you can. How low you can get has to do with both your strength, but also your mobility. So, everyone's movement is gonna look different from everyone else. So just do what works for you. So we'll get 2 more on each side. There's 1. Whew. These get my heart rate up. Last one. Yes. Whew, nice work. Well, we are done with those. Give me some high fives. Great work. Grab some water. Okay, we're gonna give our legs a break and move on to our chest. So when I talk about a full body workout, what that means is we're getting our legs, quads, glutes, hamstrings, chest, back, core, arms and shoulders, okay? Lots of different exercises to hit those major muscle groups, and using really big, complex lifts. So we're hitting more muscle groups than with some exercises where they might just isolate one small muscle group. Okay, so the exercises that I've chosen for this workout are really basic. A lot of times I see classes where people are doing all kinds of crazy, like circus stunts, and that's not necessary. The basics are always the best. Squat, lunge, deadlift for leg stuff, push-ups, rows, dips, that kind of stuff is going to be hitting a lot of major muscle groups. It's going to be building a lot more muscle. It's going to be pumping up your metabolism. It's going to be burning calories, and you're going to be getting more bang for your buck doing those kind of complex, basic lifts that have stood the test of time than like the crazy circus stunts that some people do just to like mix it up or confuse your muscle. It's not really a thing. Our muscles don't need to be confused. They just need to be trained. All right, so we're going to do push-ups next. Super basic. Everyone like low-key hates them. So you get good at them, then they make you feel really powerful. So I want to encourage everyone to not take these from your knees unless you absolutely have to. There's a lot of ways to modify, including just doing the push-up right on the wall. If you are just starting right here, I'm going to lean in and just push out. Right here, I'm getting that same work through the muscles. If you can do a little bit more than that, find an elevated surface, maybe a chair. This bench will be great, something like that. If you can do them on your toes, if you can do full push-ups, awesome. Okay, but I want everyone working up to doing full push-ups, and we are not calling them girl push-ups or boy push-ups because everyone can do real push-ups. It's just a matter of building up the strength to do that. So I'm going to do a first set on this bench to show you what that could look like elevated, and then I'm going to move down to the mat for the second two sets. So again, we're doing 3 sets, or I'm doing 3 sets. If you want to do 4, that's great. I'm going to aim for sets of 8. With these, if you are just building up strength and you can do like 2 push-ups, cool. Do 2 on the ground and then go to the bench to do the rest. Do 2 on the bench and go to the wall to do the rest. Always challenging yourself and making it hard so that you are growing and getting stronger. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so with these, you want a really tight core. Think about squeezing everything into the midline. Again, the goal is to keep that same tempo. So lower, nice and controlled, and push up. Yes, nice work. Whew, give me some high fives. And if you think I can't do push-ups, I want to challenge that thinking. I am working with 2 women right now who I have been training, both of them for about a year. Both, when we started, were like, cannot do push-ups, scared of push-ups. One of them is now, she just did 60 full push-ups in her workout last week. She's 59 years old, you guys. She can do it. You can do it. The other woman worked up to doing, I don't remember what her record was, but a one-time PR of almost 20 push-ups. So it's just about practicing and not being scared of them, and also not being scared to kind of suck when you start, right? We all suck at the beginning. These are hard, but it makes you feel really powerful and really strong, and also makes you feel really powerful and really strong. All right, so grab one last sip real quick and we'll get going with round 2. I'm gonna take it down to the ground. You do what works for you. All right, so hands not too far in, not too far out. Here we go. All right, you made it. Give me some high fives. Great work. Grab some water. Might feel good in between these push-ups. Stretch out your wrists or stretch out your chest muscles. Yes. Let your heart rate come down a little bit. And we'll go again for this last set. Again, let's get your heart rate up. Who needs cardio when you could just do push-ups and lunges, right? Whew. My watch says 110. I don't know if that's right. Maybe now because my heart rate's coming down. Whew. Okay, let's get this last set. Okay, you got it. Take whatever modification works for you. Crank out this last set and then we'll move on. I'm going back down to the ground. Here we go. One more set of 8. Here we go. We did it. Yes. Give me a 5. Awesome. All right. Grab some water. We are going to give our upper body a break. Go back to working our legs a little bit. This time we're switching to really focusing on that posterior chain, glutes, hamstring. We're going to do some single leg unilateral work and some double. Okay, so what we're going to do is RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, otherwise known as straight leg deadlifts. So there's a lot of modifications for these, and I'll show you just real quick what a deadlift form looks like versus Romanian deadlift, so it's really clear. I love these. I think they're like one of my favorite exercises, and we're going to do them both single leg and then regular double legs. So you're going to have a nice wide squat stance for a regular. I'm going to demonstrate first like a deadlift and then RDLs. Okay, so either one, you have this nice wide squat stance, wide base, hips right above your feet maybe just a little bit wider than hip width. For a deadlift, you're going to hinge at those hips. See this? I push my booty back and then bend at your knees, get down on the ground and up, right? So hips, bend, up. Romanian deadlift, also known as RDLs or straight leg deadlifts, we're just doing the hip hinge. So we're going to press, I was just a soft bend in my knees so I'm not locked out, pressing those hips as far back as I can. So you feel this really nice stretch in your hamstrings. And from there, you're going to stand up and squeeze those glutes, press a little bit forward. It is a lot like a bend and snap, if you remember Legally Blonde. We're going to bend and snap, right? Bend and snap. So in order to make this a little bit more challenging for home workout, we're going to start with single legs and then do double legs. So I'm going to show, we're going to do the first one with no weight on the single legs and actually using a chair for balance. So if you don't have great balance, using just like your fingertips on a chair can be really helpful. So that left leg up, okay, just little fingertips. If you're a pro with this and you want to grab some weights and get right into it, no problem. So I'm going to show you with no weight the first time, dumbbells the second time, bands the third. Again, lots of options. Okay, so we're going to just get those fingertips for balance, hinge at the hips. So the standing leg is the same as I just showed you. Soft bend in your knee, hinging forward and back up. You should feel it in the glute and hamstring of that standing leg. That's the one that's working here. I can feel it even without any weight. Good. All right, shake out those legs. Whew. Switch over so get that balance. What really helps with balance, I learned a lot of these tricks from my yoga practice and teaching yoga, is to press through that standing big toe, a tight core, and pick one thing to gaze at that's not moving. From there, always moving with control. So if you can only get this far with control, that's better than like throwing your body all around. Okay, always moving with control and moving with our breath. Just one more. Make sure you're coming all the way up. And then really as far as you can, back up. Whew. Nice, shake those legs out. Okay, I'm gonna grab a lightweight for the RDLs. But again, if you are just beginning, you could do this with no weight, just going through the movements and really focusing on those muscles and your technique. So we're gonna just push those hips back, up and squeeze. Push those hips back, up and squeeze. Good. Okay, so I hear quite often from clients that they feel tight in their lower back right here from doing these. That is not because you're doing anything wrong, but probably because these low back muscles are not super strong, especially if you sit all day, if you kind of hunch over, they're not super strong. So this is actually working them because your low back muscles is stabilizing your whole upper body as your legs are doing the active work. So you can just release that back to stretch out. Might feel good to cross one leg over the other. Just drop down into a forward fold. So you take a stretch, grab some water. Okay, for the next round, I'm going to show you without the chair and with adding in some dumbbells for some resistance. So same thing, I'm going to be doing another set of 8 each. You do you, boo. You do what works for you. Something that's challenging, but doable, okay? Okay, so here we go. Got one weight in each hand, I have my balance. Shift forward. Just kickstand that toe every time you come up, just kind of reestablish that balance. Whoops, see, it's if you're wobbling a little bit, I am too, no worries. Last one. Good. All right, shake those legs out. Whew. Go right on over to the other side. All right, so ground down, get your balance on your left. Here we go. A little soft bend in your knee helps with the balance. So you're not super rigid. And you might find that one leg is weaker than the other. That's okay. Everyone's body is different from side to side. That's why we do this unilateral work. Two more. One. Whew. Good. Shake those legs up. We'll go right into the regular RDL. So get that nice wide stance, soft bend in your knees. think about having a tight core. Everything from your hips on up is completely locked in. Roll those shoulders back. Keep that good posture. Good. All right, set those weights down. Whew. Give me a high five. Awesome. Great work. So with the weights, I want to really encourage you to challenge yourself and go as heavy as you can. A lot of times I think, I see when I train women, we're used to thinking like, oh, I can't go very heavy. Or I don't want to because I don't want to get bulky. I don't want to look like Hulk Hogan. I want to look like a bodybuilder. Okay, first of all, you're not going to get bulky from lifting weights. You're going to get strong. You're going to build muscle in the places we want it. You're going to love the way your body looks. I promise. People who look like bodybuilders work really, really, really hard to get that aesthetic. We're just going to get that curvy fit, like that lean, sexy, curves in the right places physique that everybody wants. With the weights, challenge yourself, push yourself. That's why I want you to keep a training journal so you can say, this time I did it with 10s. Next time I'm going to increase it a little bit and see how 12s or 15s feel. I know if you're at home, it might be a little bit limiting, but just do what you can. Work with what you have. Okay, the last time through, I'm going to show you guys how to do it with the bands. We haven't used resistance bands yet. And also just note, a lot of these exercises, I would normally go quite a bit heavier. But my focus right now is on teaching you and cueing you guys and not being completely, totally out of breath. So I'm going a little bit lighter than normal, just in case you're curious. Okay, so with the single legs, grab one of your long bands, and we're just going to stand on it with our standing leg to add some resistance. Okay, you might need to pull in kind of higher than the handles. So you should feel that resistance when you're standing up. Okay, from there, we're going to keep that balance, shift forward and up. And maybe you need to just like reach down a little bit more to tighten it, or get a heavier band. No worries. So you're coming all the way through. Push those hips through at the top, but we'll get 2 more. Ooh, my booty is burning. Shake that out. Maybe even like kind of pound out your muscles a little bit. They feel like they're cramping a little bit. Whew, nice work. All right, let's switch over to the other side. Again, you do you. I'm just showing you lots of options and modifications. You could do this with no weight, with dumbbells, with kettlebell, bands, so many options. All right, here we go. My balance a little bit. 2 more. Ooh, yes. Okay, so for the double legs, same thing. We're just going to step on this weight, this band with both feet. And then from there, everything else is the same. So you should feel significant tension right here when you're standing up. Right, and we'll go down. Two more, nice and slow. Push. Good. Press, 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 and squeeze. Yes. Awesome. Great work. Give me a high five. All right. Grab some water. We're going to switch back to upper body. And I'm going to get lat pulls. And so for that, you need your resistance bands with the attachment, this door attachment. If you're just breaking out your resistance bands for the first time, this thing is a door attachment. Super helpful. It's going to make your band super versatile. So you're just going to put it in up at the high part of the door, close the door, and voila, you're all set. Okay, so you need the handles on it. Okay, so for lat pulls, picture it, you've been in a gym and you've seen people sitting down doing a lat pull straight down. That's what we're doing with these resistance bands. It's gonna look a little bit different at home. We're still gonna be hitting the muscles, still getting a great workout. So one key thing to remember to think about is you're pulling, think about pulling your chest up to the handles. You're pulling it up, you're not curving in your shoulders, and another good cue is like Superman's pulling off his shirt to reveal that Superman vest. So you want to pull those shoulders down and back. We're working these lats right here, these upper back muscles. So you're going to pull down, get that nice wide V, and slow coming up. So to get that right angle with the door attachment, we're going to hinge at our hips so our body is parallel with the bands. Doesn't have to be parallel with the ground, but pretty much a straight line with the bands. Drop your head. We're going to pull that wide W and slow coming up. Good. Let's get a few more. Slow. Don't cheat yourself on that last one. A lot of people think it ends here. It doesn't. It ends slow. That is the end of the rep. Okay, take a breather. Just want to talk about that a second while you grab some water. So the point is not to just move the handles, right? The point is to get that time under tension. So when you're moving, it's power down. That's the concentric work where the muscles are shortening. A micro pause right here for an isometric hold, and then slow as those muscles are lengthening. That's the eccentric phase of the movement. So 3 phases of each movement: concentric, isometric, eccentric. So it's power, hold, slow. Should be like a 3 count coming back up. So make sure you don't cheat yourself by just moving those weights around, okay? All right. If you're curious, I usually do these lat pulls with red and black together. That's a good weight for me right now. It's just not directly comparable to a weight in the gym because of just how the bands work, but I'm going to do a little lighter today to demo for you guys. But as always, do what works for you. Somewhere between 8 to 12 reps. I'm going to be doing 2 more sets here. You do what works for you. Another thing with the resistance bands, to modify them, is you step out farther. It's harder. Step in a little bit closer. It's easier. So lots of options for modifications here. So with that strong foundation, hinge at the hips, your body's parallel with the bands. And here we go. We'll power, hold, slow. Really focus on feeling those muscles work and thinking, how hard can you make it? Use your breath with it too. You're going to exhale as you pull down. Inhale as you recover. Good. Let's get 3 more. And last one. Good. Whew. Nice. even with going lighter than I normally do, I am feeling it in those muscles. I'm really focusing on feeling that mind muscle connection, squeezing those muscles when they're here, feeling them work. All of that matters, makes a difference. It's going to give you a better workout and better results. Grab water. Oh. All right, we're gonna get one more set. Oh. Good times. So if you're curious, lat pulls are working essentially the same muscles as pull-ups. For me, pull-ups are really challenging. I have a lot of my center of gravity right here. Now it's right here. But lat pulls, if you can't do full pull-ups and you don't have a pull-up assist machine, are a great option to work that upper body. It works your core as well, because that core is really stabilizing your back as it's working. It's also working your shoulders, your biceps. So again, compound exercise, hitting a lot of muscle groups at once. So much better than just like isolated tiny muscles. All right, here we go. Last time through. Really focus on your breath this time, okay? So we're gonna exhale, hold, and inhale as you slowly recover. Power down. Oh, yes. All right. We are done with those. Great job. Give me some high fives. Awesome. Okay, grab some water. We're going to finish off a little arm work, really working shoulders and arms, biceps and upper back, and then a little core work to finish off this workout. Whew. Okay. So for we're going to do Arnold's, named after the most famous bodybuilder of all time, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So with these, let me show you is a couple different parts of this movement. You're going to have a light set of weights, light-ish. I usually use 10s or 15s for these. Squeeze those hands together like you're trying to like smash a penny between your hands. Like that's where we're going to start. Open nice and wide. Press up and squeeze again up here. Slow, slow, slow. In and squeeze. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, right? 4 different parts of it. Open, press, slowly lower, and squeeze. You can even do this a few times right now without any weights, seeing if you can just feel those muscles working and practice squeezing right here. Feel that in that chest. Open. Gonna feel that right here in your shoulder blades. Press. This is the power. You need the power, especially if your weights are kind of heavy. Squeeze again. Slow, slow, slow. Resist gravity coming down, in and squeeze. Okay, so grab your weights and let's get started. Whew. Arnold. Yes. Okay, my ceiling's a little bit low, so I might be tapping the ceiling, but that's okay. All right, start in, palms together, squeeze those weights, and let me find a little bit more room. Okay, all right, here we go. So you're gonna open, press, slow, 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 and squeeze. Good. If you're breathing, which you should be, it's two inhale, exhale cycles through this, right? So it's me, inhale, exhale, push, inhale, recover, exhale, squeeze, inhale, open, be right with me, no faster. Yes, 3 more. Last one. Slow, slow, slow. Don't cheat yourself on the last one. In and squeeze. Yes. Whew. All right. Set those weights down. Nice work. So if you don't have weights that work, maybe your weights are too heavy or too light. With home workouts, you just have to figure out how to modify and do what you can with what you have. Maybe soup cans, maybe 2 water bottles filled with water, maybe laundry detergent bottles also filled with water, maybe 2 bottles of wine. I know y'all have some wine at your house. There's lots of options for things that have weight. Maybe it's 2 books, right? Whatever it is, just figure out what you can do to make it work for you so that you can get a good workout. This exercise, because we're moving all around, doesn't work so well with the resistance bands. But if you're new to this and you're really just building up strength, you could just focus on doing the movements and squeezing those muscles even without any weights. Really focus on squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. But I encourage you to look around your house, find a weight that's going to work for you. Like I said, I usually do this with 10s or 15s. These are a lot of little muscles that are working. So don't be concerned if you're like, wow, 5 pounds is enough here. All right, here we go. We'll go again, another set of 8. So start with those in, squeezing right here. Good, last one. Yes, finish it. So good, yes, nice work. Whew. Great job. Give me some high fives. Let's grab some water. Okay. So these probably aren't getting your heart rate up as much as the lunges, the push-ups, even the RDLs. But for me, I'm focused so hard. I'm concentrating. I'm squeezing those muscles that it does get my heart rate up. I'll tell you, it's up over 100, even though I'm just doing arms, right? That's the kind of focus and concentration I want for you guys to have on every single exercise. All right, grab some water. We'll get that last set here. Okay. Whew. All right, one more set of 8. Let's finish this off. Here we go. Hands up, palms facing you to start. Open, press, slowly lower. You challenge yourself on this last one. How slow? How hard can you make it? Yes, one more. Squeeze. Slow, slow, slow. In and squeeze. Yes. Whew. Awesome. Great work today. Whew. Give me some high fives. We're going to finish off with 1 round of core work done on the ground. It's pretty dynamic, so I'm never going to give you crunches to do. We're going to do some challenging, fun stuff. So these are going to be high dolphin push-ups. We're going to start in a high plank, push up to down dog, come back out to that plank. If you are just building up strength and that is a lot for you, just drop to your knees after each round, after each down dog. So plank, down dog, and just knees, or maybe just hold plank, drop to your knees, plank, drop to your knees. Lots of ways to modify, lots of ways to find an option that works for you. So, You're gonna come down, plant those palms, tuck your toes. We'll press up to a downward dog, like inverted V shape. Come out to that plank. Think about, if you've got this down, moving with control. Also, always using that breath. You can hear me breathing. I'm doing that on purpose, but I do breathe like this when I'm in the gym in front of other people. Really helps with the movement and getting the most out of each exercise. Press those hips high and you bend your knees a little bit. Get that hamstring stretch right here. All the way out to that plank. Good. We'll get one more. And we're going to hold this plank right here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, good. Drop to those knees if you want in between. If all your blood's rushing your head, just maybe sit up here, take a couple of deep breaths. If you want, you can push into a child's pose. Drop those hips low. Walk your hands out. Couple of deep breaths. So you may be feeling this in your core, especially in the plank, that low back, that upper back. Like I said, we're not doing any crunches here. We're doing big compound exercises, big movements that are really working a lot of different muscles in the core. Whew. All right, here we go. We'll get one more. Tuck those toes, plant your palms, press those hips high. So you're going to exhale as you push up. Inhale as you extend. Exhale, press up. Inhale, extend. There's 7. Last one. Come out and we'll hold right here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Nice work. Give me some high fives. Awesome. Okay. We're gonna get one more set of these. Then we're gonna be done. Afterwards, I want you to take some time to stretch, drink some water, cool down. But I'm gonna leave you on your own to do that. Okay? Here we go. Let's get this last set. Come all the way out to that plank as far as you can. So not like halfway like this, but all the way up, all the way out. Let's get 2 more. Hold right here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to those knees. Maybe one more time in child's pose. Yes. Whew. All right, babes. That is it. Great job today. Let me know how the workout went for you. If you have any questions, any thoughts, ideas, suggestions, let me know. This is for you and I want it to be super helpful for you. So thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Bye.